Hey there, and welcome to episode 17 of Cast Reflect. I'm your host Josh, and as always, I'm joined by Connell Luke the Truth Jennings.
Howdy.
How are you doing, mate? You alright?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm good. Enjoying the sun.
You're still enjoying it?
Yeah, well, I started going to the beach. I've been swimming in the sea.
Yeah, nice. Not a big fan of the beach, personally. Not a big fan. Brighton Beach is quite stony, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So to be fair,
You do that awkward walk as you go down to the water because you're
Yeah.
standing on everything.
And everything's like potentially going to roll your ankle as you walk down. Yeah, the beaches are alright down here, aren't they? They're like nice and sandy, but well, some of them are, but I just not really into the beach. Like, what do you do down the beach? You personally just chill?
Chill, hang out with friends.
Yeah, I
Went
find
with
it.
Angel, had a couple of beers, had a little swim.
Yeah, a couple of beers down there is alright, I suppose. I can't get it when people go down there and they just lay there all day, like, and that's their Sunday. and
Soak up
Saturday.
the sun.
Oh, it's just hot, isn't it? Though it's just hot and rough. Do you know
I
what
feel
mean?
like you've either got to go all in or just
Just
sit
let it
and
go.
moan about it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
If you're at home and it's just bored, it's disgusting when I just sit in my flat all day when it's this hot.
yeah, I know. Yeah. It's like all my family have gone to the beach today, and they don't even ask me anymore. I'm just like, nah, I'm not going. What?
Yeah.
Why would I do that? You been playing anything?
Not really. I've been mad busy with work as well, to be honest. But I had tried out something new. It's not quite a game as such, but it's called Spell Table. It's a website that is for playing Magic the Gathering card, like physical cards online.
Yeah.
So you can play against your friends who live in London, for example.
Oh yes, I think I remember you saying about this. So it's like a remote way of playing Magic.
Yeah, so you set up your phone as like a camera and it's got a card reader system. So when you play a card, the other person can just click on it and it tells them what the card does and it brings up like a HD ping image of the card sort of thing. So you don't have to ask
Oh,
them what it does and
nice.
stuff. Yeah, it works really well. It's a bit of a hard setup. It's a bit of a pain in the ass to set up, but once you've got it up and going, it's good fun.
That's a clever idea, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're like really into Magic the Gathering now, aren't you?
Yeah, I've been getting into it recently.
Who'd you play
Only played
with?
it. Charlie, Jack, and Jim, my brother-in-law.
Oh, nice, man. Nice. What sort of like deck are you building?
What deck do you think I'm building?
I would go with, and bear in mind, I don't know anything about Magic the Gathering other than it's a like fantasy-based card game. But based on the tropes of fantasy and your general personality, I reckon you're going to go with probably some sort of like necromancer build where you've got like skeletons and zombies you raise up, like poison attacks are your thing, like long damage over time. That's your bag. Something along those lines.
You're not far off, mate. Yeah, I'm building a black deck, which is like undead, essentially. Vampires and zombies.
Yeah, okay,
And
yeah.
My path to winning is a thing called lifelink. So every time I attack and do damage, I gain that much health.
Right, okay.
Just
So it's
really,
like an
yeah, being a bit of a dick, basically.
it's like an absorb.
Yeah.
So you take their HP away and whack it on your own.
Yeah.
How's that? Have you won any games yet?
Yeah. I mean, we're all pretty bad at it, to be honest. We're all very new. Like, none of us
Yeah.
have played it before, sort of thing. So, yeah, we've won a few, lost a few. It's good fun. I've got a card that when you play it, it's anyone that's on 13 health instantly loses the game.
What? That's
So-
absolutely brutal.
So, yeah, but it's amazing because then even if I don't have it in my hand, as soon as anyone's on 13 health, it's like, I need to get off of 13 health in case Connell's
Yeah,
got
in case he's got that card. Yeah, it's like the anxiety of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like you either want to heal or just take damage. But
Yeah, well, last time we played, Charlie gave damage to himself. He lightning bolted himself to make sure he wasn't on 30 health.
yeah, I was going to say, it's like you've got to be tactical about it then, haven't you? And start like, I'm going to have to lose some health, otherwise I'm going to just lose the game immediately. That's a bit OP, isn't it?
Mate, everything's OP if you use it right, though. That's why it's so good.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much strategy. So, like, my thing's like lifelink, right? So like absorb. But then I also have a card that if I've got it in play, every time I gain health, I get to deal out that much health to a chosen player. So every time I lifelink and absorb, say I damage someone for free, then I gain free health, and then I get to choose to damage someone for free again because I gain 3 more.
Oh, nice.
So you can like make them work together. You can make these little synergies.
Oh, that's cool. There's so much to it, isn't there? Like, there's obviously a lot of effort's gone into it. It's been going for years, hasn't it, as well, Magic the Gathering?
Yeah, 92.
No, is it that long, is it?
It's the first ever trading card game.
That's mad, isn't it? That's absolutely mad. That's really cool, though. I like that. It's like a little, interesting kind of mechanism, isn't it, to be able to play card games, like, remotely with people. Yeah, it's wicked.
Yeah, it's wicked.
I started playing Jedi Survivor yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
My brother lent it to me. I played it for a couple of hours. Really good. For so far so good. It's very much in the same vein as the first one, but you're already like, you don't lose all your abilities like you do in some games, in a sequel when you just lose all the stuff in the first game.
You just got to build it all back up again.
Yeah, so by the looks of it, he's got like a lot of his abilities already from the first game, which makes complete sense. But yeah, no, it's good. It's super fluid. Like, I'm really enjoying it. It's nice playing a Star Wars game again because I haven't played a Star Wars game for a while. And it's just really good. Just really, really good. Nice and polished. But yeah, I'm enjoying that. I've only played it for a couple of hours, so we'll see how far I get with it. I did platinum the first one.
Mm-hmm.
So
how hard is it to platinum?
Oh, it was well easy. It was mainly just collectibles because there's no difficulty trophy, so you just have to complete the game. But I'm playing the new one on Jedi Master, I think, and I'm just from experience from playing the Souls games, and it's not too hard, to be honest.
No,
like it's tough. Like, you can't just go in swinging like hack and slash style. You do have to parry and things like that, and a couple of the enemies are, you need to actually think about it. You can't just go swinging.
Yeah,
but I kind of prefer that though. I like that it's got a difficulty level that suits those sorts of players. But it is basically like it's taken so much from Dark Souls,
Yeah.
Like the level design and
so many games do now.
Yeah. We always reference it, don't we? Because it just. But even like the meditation points are like bonfires, and there's shortcuts in the levels, and like the enemies respawn, and you can only level up at the.
Let's call them bonfires.
Yeah, literally, everyone should just call them bonfires. Yeah, but no, it's good. I'm enjoying it, so I'm looking forward to getting stuck into a little bit more of that. Right, this week's episode is our look ahead to July 2023. So standard procedure, really. We're just going to look ahead to the month, see what games are coming out.
Yep.
What's caught our eye, what looks good, that sort of thing. Personal highlights, as usual.
Sounds good. I will say, all of mine are quite stacked towards the end of the month.
That's all right. That's fine. Mine are kind of evenly spread in the middle of the month, I'd say.
You might have all 3 of yours up first, then.
Well, I've got 3, so we can just take it in turns if you want. My first one.
Go on.
Oh.
I was going to say my earliest is the 20th.
I reckon we might have the same one then there, because my last one's on the 20th, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But we'll see.
Okay.
Yeah, my first one is Oxenfree 2, Lost Signals. Finally, this game's coming out. Mm-hmm. I absolutely adored the first one. I thought it was really, really good. It was one of those games I have a really vivid memory of, because in a really depressing way, it was the first game I played after I split up with my ex-girlfriend. No. Shout out if you're listening, Sean. It was the first game I played, and it was amazing. It was so good. I really, really enjoyed it, and it was like a really, really clean, fresh idea on an indie as well. And it's been 7 years since the first one came out.
That's crazy.
I know. Which I was like, that's mad. How has it taken 7 years? But I forgot they actually made another game called After Party in between. So I'll let them off that one, because you know, it's like 7 years to make that. Come on, you've got the engine and everything ready. But nah, they did make another game called After Party, which is supposed to be very good. I've not played it. Where you've got I think it's like you've got to escape hell, but it's that kind of choice-based narrative adventure as well, and you've got to basically talk your way out of hell, essentially, which is supposed to be pretty cool. But I did love the first Oxenfree, and the second one again looks like more of the same, but with new characters. But it's also a continuation of the story from the first one as well.
Yeah.
It's very like, it gives me like Stranger Things kind of vibes, like that sort of, like that 80s kind of kids adventure movie kind of thing.
Stand By Me.
Yeah, Goonies, that sort of thing. Have you played Oxenfree?
Only for a little bit, not properly.
Nah, could you not get into it?
No, I struggled.
Ah, fair, man, fair. What do you remember really what it was, why it was just maybe not the game that you wanted to play at the time, or?
Yeah, I think it was just one of those games that I got in a bundle or free somewhere. Maybe it was on PlayStation Plus or something at some point, and it was just, I wasn't that invested in playing it. I was like, oh yeah, I've just got this game free. I'll give it a go.
Yeah, sure.
Never really gave it the time or attention that it deserves as a game.
Yeah. Oh, that's fair enough, man. That's fair enough. I would definitely recommend it though. Like if you ever want to go back to it, it's only like 4 hours, the first one, and it's really, really good. So there's loads of it's proper like sci-fi. Gets really weird. Like it's weird because I think you'd quite like that. But yeah, that is out on July the 12th, and it's PC, PS5, PS4, and Switch. Interestingly, no Xbox release though for that.
That's strange.
Yeah, I did try and look up why, but I couldn't find anything specific for it. But yeah, the consoles are, well, it's out on all platforms apart from Xbox consoles, which is weird because it's out on PC as well.
Wonder why that is.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know really. It's weird, unless I'm mistaken, and the calendar and the website I used to check the game releases is wrong. But I don't know. It might be timed. It might be timed so it comes out on Xbox like a year later.
Yeah, but you'd think it wouldn't be coming out on both
PC
Switch and
Switch.
And yeah, you'd think it would like. I mean, sometimes their PC will also release like a timed one, but it wouldn't usually come out on Switch and PlayStation.
No, that's what I mean. It's strange to think that there's a game that's coming out on like not exclusive. If you see what I mean, it's like, oh, we're gonna release a game on everything except your
Except
platform.
what? Yeah. Have Nintendo and Sony teamed up for a anti-Xbox exclusive deal?
yeah. It's odd, but yeah, looks really good. Really excited for that. What's your first one?
Well, my first one's July 20th, and it's not actually a game itself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
maybe it's not the same then.
I don't think it is, but I played this a long time. But yeah, Sea of Thieves is updating with some new tool tales, some new islands, some new adventures for the Legend of Monkey Island for a Lucasfilm crossover.
Yes, mate.
Yeah. This makes me want to jump back into Sea of Thieves big time. I used to love Sea of Thieves. Played it for a lot. It was like the first main
played it
thing
loads,
on our
didn't we?
YouTube channel. Yeah.
I loved it as well. I had so much fun with it, man. Like it was so good to just jump in and muck about, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think we played it a lot over lockdown, didn't we? Like the first lockdown, played it a lot with Ian and Joe, and it was awesome, isn't it? And obviously Monkey Island's just a banger, anyway. So it kind of made sense, didn't it, to do this crossover?
Yeah, I'm super pumped for that. I really want to jump back into Sea of Thieves for it. Sea of Thieves is really fun because it's like you can play it however you want. It's not just you're playing it and there's one mission or there's one like direct objective that you're all going for. If you want, you can just go like steal, raid some other people's ships, steal some bounty or whatever, or you can go and do the missions. Yeah, and like it's a proper social. I think that's why it worked so well over lockdown because it's just a very social game.
Yeah, it was filling up that social bar that everyone was like diminished on it?
Exactly, yeah. Do you remember when I got the dab emote?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I can't handle dabbing. I just can't handle it. And then if there's an emote where you can dab in it, you're just like, Josh, I'm going to dab.
Josh, just going to hit a dab.
Have you seen this? I just paid £5 for it just to annoy you.
Literally, it's exactly what happened.
Yeah. And the Tall
Any
Tales are
point, I'll
massive.
pay real money to annoy you. That's money well spent.
That's the commitment you've got, mate. That's the dedication you'll go to wind me up. I like it, mate. I like it. The Tall Tales, I was going to say as well, were like, they're massive. Do you remember we did one? I think, was it me, you and Ian did one? And it was about 5 hours, I think, we spent doing it in different parts, and we were like breaking in between and things like that.
Boss,
and
what was that boss called that we were doing for like an hour? Do you remember?
Was it the goat on top of the like hill, wasn't it?
Yeah,
that guy, the ghost.
Teleporting. Yeah.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. We were just respawning and like chipping away at him every time. Like if one of you stays alive, I think you can respawn. And
that was brutal.
Just the amount of like swinging at the camera, like, you know, like just the cutlass swinging I was doing, just trying to get this guy's health down. It was ridiculous. That was like a raid boss.
It was. That was really what it was like. Yeah, it was too hard, to be honest.
Because I can't remember exactly, but does your gear, like, can you upgrade your gear? I don't think you can
No.
you? Is it just, it's just
no,
swords
you just
and
choose
pistols?
you choose like your loadout, and you can have two, can't you? So you can either have a sword and a rifle, or a sword and a pistol, or a pistol and a rifle.
Yeah. Yeah, it's mental, so you literally can't do anything other than just smack him up with a little rusty cutlass.
Or just have someone like on the island and then someone else on the boat trying to
just cannoning him.
cannonball from miles away.
Yeah. It's like, no, up a bit.
Yeah. Oh, that was close.
Oh, mate, that one just whistled past my head. Yeah, that's really good, Matt. I'll be well up for, because it's free, isn't it? Is it free update?
Yeah, free update.
Yeah, so
I think it's going to come in stages as well. So there's like 3 different islands that are going to be opened up over time.
Oh, mate, that's so cool, man. That is a match made in heaven, that crossover, isn't it?
Yeah, big time.
Yeah, I'll be well up for playing some more of that, definitely.
July 20th.
July 20th. Nice. My second one is a game called Viewfinder. And have you seen anything on this?
No, I haven't.
Looks awesome, man. It looks super clever. It's coming out on July the 18th, and it's on PC and PS5. So it's like a narrative puzzle game, but you take pictures. It's like in this like sort of weird 3D kind of like liminal space. It's hard to explain. There's environments in there, but it's sort of just existing in there, like in midair kind of thing. But you take pictures of stuff in the map, like objects, like a bridge, for example, and then you can use that picture and then make a bridge somewhere else. So you can, and then you like release the picture and it makes a bridge.
Right, yeah.
In the exact place that you put the picture. That's a really bad way of putting it. I've like absolutely butchered it, but you get the gist of it.
I get what you mean, yeah.
But it's like way more clever than that. And it's just such a unique looking game. Like the art style's really nice. It kind of reminds me a bit of, did you ever play The Witness?
Yeah.
Yeah. But hopefully it's not as hard as that, because I'm a dumbass, and The Witness was, I played it and I was like, this is just
pretty intense, yeah.
Yeah, this is just insane.
There was another game recently that was like based on The Witness that looked really good. I haven't played that either.
What was that?
I'm not going to remember.
Was it the same guy? What's his name? Is it Jonathan Blow, who did Braid as well?
Yeah, Braid. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what Talos Principle is meant to be like, you know?
What, Braid?
No, like
The Witness. Oh, what, just a puzzler, like a 3D puzzler?
Yeah. We should play that.
Is it co-op?
No, but it's just like a game that we spoke about it when they were releasing the second one, and we said we'd never played the first one.
One is supposed to be really good.
Yeah. And I think both of us would love it. We've just never played it.
Yeah, it's one of those, isn't it? I have to be in the mood for a puzzler. That's my thing. Like, I have to be in a very specific mood, because I can find them a bit boring sometimes. I think that's what's caught my eye with this Viewfinder, is that it looks like it's a bit more creative in terms of what you can do. So like there's multiple solutions to a puzzle rather than one.
Yeah.
Which I think looks really good. But yeah, that's definitely worth watching the trailer for, because if you're into puzzle games, I think that's going to be one that's like right up your street, or anyone listening. But yeah, that's out on July the 18th on PC and PS5.
Very nice.
What's your second one, buddy?
Second one is 25th of July.
Yeah.
It's Remnant 2.
Right. Not played the first one.
I had a little go on the first one. I enjoyed it, but I never finished it. It's like Souls-like with guns, basically, in the laziest way to describe it ever.
Yeah.
But just super cool boss designs that I'm really into, like quite gothic and minging and fantasy and
yeah.
just lots of horribleness. But it's co-op.
Oh, nice.
And I think we should give it a go.
What's it out on?
It's out on everything. It's totally, I don't know what the word is, agnostic.
yeah. It's inclusive, not exclusive.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a console inclusive.
Console inclusive, console and PC inclusive. 25th of July. It's it looks really cool. Like I say, it's very Souls-like inspired, but I think this one almost looks like it's stepping away slightly from that. Not massively, but it looks a bit more like, RPG elements, upgrade your weapons, different types of weapon combinations that you can play with co-op and stuff to mow enemies down. It looks a bit more hectic, like, than a standard Souls game would be, sort of thing. So
right, it's almost like kind of in between like a bullet hell and a Souls game. That sounds interesting.
Yeah,
it does ring a bell.
Cool.
It does really ring a bell. I feel like I might have the first one on like Plus or something, or like Epic Games. They do the free ones.
I think it was on. I think it was definitely on Epic. It was definitely on Game Pass, I think.
Right, that might be where I've seen it then, because it definitely rings a bell. And it's co-op, is it? You said.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of potential there. I think we could really enjoy that game. Yeah,
sweet. If it comes out. If it's out on Game Pass or something, I'll definitely get it like day one and we can have a muck about with it. That'd be cool. It's weird, isn't it? Because obviously I know Souls games are co-op, but, in inverted commas, but they're not like proper co-op, do you know what I mean? Where you jump in at the start and you start the game with your character.
It's co-op in stages, and it's more like, I think it's not like co-op, it's not a co-op experience. You're helping each other out almost in your solo experience, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's just like you get mates in to help you with a boss or...
Yeah. I think Elden Ring made it a little bit more flexible, didn't it, in terms of being able to go around the open world a bit more with what you
Yeah, I mean, you're still locked out at areas. But even then, it's like we were saying in one of the last episodes, because I've been playing Elden Ring with Charlie, you still have to beat the bosses twice if you want to do like a true co-op playthrough sort of thing, because
exactly,
if you beat them in someone else's world, you don't get the drops and stuff like that.
So you then have to just go back and do it. Your other mate has to come and do you a favor and help you do it. Have you finished that now? No.
Immediately I was just like, as soon as we've done my one, I was just going to log out.
It's just like, best of luck, mate.
Connection issues.
My internet's gone down. Sorry, mate.
Good. See you later.
WhatsApp. Oh, sorry, mate. My internet's died. Oh, cool. So that was Remnant 2, was it?
Remnant 2.
Nice. Okay, my third and final choice for July is a game called Homeseek. And it's out on the 20th of July. Just on PC. But I think this looks a bit of us, mate, I think.
Yeah?
So it's dubbed as a post-apocalyptic survival strategy game where most of the water in the world has gone. So it's like top-down strategy, like as you'd think of, a real-time strategy.
Yeah.
But it's a survival game and sort of like a city builder as well.
This sounds great already.
So you're basically like looking after a settlement of people and you slowly build up and research, farmlands and just stuff to grow civilization again. But then you kind of have other groups that are doing the same thing that you can get into wars with and things like that, or, confrontations, like conflictions with. But it's got 2 traditional campaigns that you play through, and then it's got this like multiplayer element where other players can be playing at the same time, and you can get into like altercations with them, or you can side with them and grow your community even more. But obviously the more people you you get, and the more your community thrives, the more pressure it puts on your resources and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can play it together, and I thought this sounds like something we'd be well into. I've watched a couple of trailers on it. It looks a bit cheesy. Like the trailers are a bit cheese. Like,
I love a bit of cheese, man.
Yeah. But actually, it looks really good. It looks quite deep as well, and some of its mechanics, some of its resources and building. But yeah, I think definitely have a look at that, because it's something that you'd like, I think, because you're well into like a city builder kind of simulation, aren't you?
Yeah, that sounds right up my street.
Yeah, but I think it's basically like Mad Max, like where all the water's gone, so it's like gold essentially. But yeah, that's called Homeseek, and it's out on the 20th of July on PC.
That sounds wicked. It sounds similar to that Oxygen game that I played, but obviously with water instead of oxygen.
Yeah, definitely. It's very similar. I think a lot of games, there's a load of simulators now in there, especially on PC.
Yeah,
like city builders. I don't know if they're like really like easy, like not easy to develop, but easier maybe. I'm not sure. But there's quite a few, but that one definitely stood out to me with the old post-apocalyptic survival element to it as well.
Yeah, love that.
Nice.
Practice, innit, for the real future.
Well, yeah, basically, yeah.
How are we going to do the podcast then?
What in the post-apocalypse?
Like hijack a radio frequency and get it going out live.
Yeah, we'll just do it live, man. We'll just do it from.
We'll do it live. Do you remember that video?
yeah. I can't remember. What's his name?
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
We'll override it and I'll do it live. Fuck it. What's he say? Who is it? I can't remember. What
I
his
haven't
name
thought
is.
about that for ages.
I was gonna say I'm Chris Hansen. That's the guy from fucking Catch Predator.
The Catch Predator, yeah.
What's his name? He's like, to play us out. What does that even mean? To
Bill
play
O'Reilly.
us out. Bill O'Reilly. I'm Bill O'Reilly. Take it away, Sting.
Tomorrow, and that is it for us today. And we will leave you with I can't do it. We'll do it live. Okay. No. We'll do it live. Do it live.
It's just so ridiculous. Oh, I love stuff like that when they when it just like when stuff like that leaks and it's like, oh my god, like he must be just such a soul to work with.
Yeah, I know. Imagine doing that at your job.
Yeah,
imagine acting like that at your job.
It's the way it's like I can't do it. It's like, what do you mean you can't do it? It's your job.
It's your job. You're getting paid to do it.
Literally, all you got to do is smile and read from a teleprompter. I can't do it. Fuck it, we'll do it live. It's such a.
I'll write it. We'll do it live.
Literally, the nuclear option, isn't it? Absolutely mental. Right, have you got any more from July?
I have, yeah. My third and final one is on the 27th of July, and it's one that I'm excited to see him coming back, but it's The Expanse, a Telltale series.
Oh,
yeah.
It's when was what was the last Telltale game?
Well, they closed down, didn't they?
A
while ago. Yeah, when was the last Telltale game?
Have they made a new engine yet that their game's actually
looks like it, mate. Looks like it.
Oh,
well,
nice.
Interestingly, it's co-developed. It's Deck 9 and Telltale Games, published by Telltale.
Right. Okay.
I think they went out in like 2018.
Yeah.
Originally.
Yeah. Well, they were churning them out, weren't they, man? They were absolutely churning them out. They were all the rage, weren't they, for a bit, I think. Like
I really enjoyed them for a while. The quality dropped. They were churning them out and the quality dropped. But some of them were wicked. Like Tales of the Borderlands, that was fantastic. Obviously the early Walking Dead
The Walking Dead 1 and 2.
They were just incredible. Absolutely incredible.
That's one of the only games I've ever cried out was The Walking Dead, the first Walking Dead.
Yeah, like they were really, really wicked. And they obviously dropped off. I think the first time I played one I was just like, this was was the Game of Thrones one.
Yeah. I think that was the last one I played. I think it was that and the Batman one.
I played the Batman one as well.
I think they came out on Plus and I just played it for the Platinum Trophy. Yeah, like the Game of Thrones one, it tried to weave in this new house, wasn't it? I'd not read the books. I can't remember what they're called. The Foresters, I think, something like that. But they weren't in the they weren't in the show, I don't think, as a prominent house. So I think they tried to do a Game of Thrones story in the same, like while the TV show was happening as well, in the same timeline and everything.
That was a big struggle, trying to weave it in alongside the show. And it's like, they clearly set it up for a sequel, and
it didn't do very well.
Didn't do very well, did it?
Yeah.
But I don't know, the stories just didn't carry the weight that they did in The Walking Dead. The characters didn't have like I didn't relate and empathise with the characters in the same way I did with the early ones. But anyway, The Expanse, new Telltale series, set in space.
Yeah.
Looks like new engine. Graphics look quite nice. It's taken a step away from the set in space. It looks like they've overhauled the graphics. It's not like the old comic book style strip as much as it is just I don't know. It's not like realistic graphic, but it looks a lot more fluid, a lot more modern and put together.
Is it cel shaded?
No, doesn't look cel shaded. That's what I mean. It's more just like, I don't know. Just
an
nice
exaggerated
polished
art
CGI. Yeah,
yeah.
Exaggerated, realist. It actually, what it really reminds me of is Star Wars Rebels. It looks a bit like that.
Oh, nice. Okay. So yeah, like proper 3D animation, but like you said, their features are exaggerated, things like that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm all up for them making another amazing game.
100%.
I really want this to be the comeback for the Telltale series, and then learn from their previous mistakes. Don't just churn stuff out. And like they tried to, I think where they fell short was they tried to get as many IPs on board as possible.
Yeah, well, they did like Guardians, didn't they? They did Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
And that, I think, was starting. I don't know whether they had pressure to get loads of them out, if you know what I mean, because they were absolutely churning them out. And my assumption is they split their development resources too thin, to the point where you had different writers working on loads of different projects, not dedicating enough time into
that's
one.
The important thing for me in those games is the writing.
Yeah, that's why you're playing them, isn't it?
That's what you need to spend time on. That you can't just churn it out.
Yeah, because you're not playing them for its gameplay, really, are you? I know there's obviously quick time events and you're branching paths, but and a bit of walking around and interacting with stuff. But it's the narrative is those games. It's that fuck me. Are those games' strengths?
Yeah, 100%. And this one set in space, always a plus for me.
Do you know what? I've always I hope it does. Like you said, I hope it gives them the phoenix rising like a phoenix, and they can start making some. Well, if this one's published by them, I don't know.
It's co-developed.
Oh, it's co-developed. Well. Okay, yeah, cool. Do you know what? As well, I was going to say, like, I always wanted when I was playing The Walking Dead and The Wolf Among Us and stuff like that. I always thought Firefly would have been an amazing Telltale game.
Yeah,
like, how good would that have been? Because they never did a sci-fi one really until, well, it was Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
But doing either an original sci-fi IP or a Firefly one would have been really, really cool.
I love Firefly.
It's Firefly's
so good.
It's so good, isn't it? And there's just not enough of it.
Do you know what? I don't even think they've missed the boat on that. If this goes well, they could still do a Firefly one. I think that would still sell well. It's a proper cult classic now.
It is a cult classic, yeah. I think it's just whether, I don't know who owns...
Yeah, who owns the rights to Firefly?
But whether they'd go, it would be good enough to make enough money that it's worth doing. But like
you might be able to get the rights to Firefly, like a car boot or something.
Yeah, Fox car boot sale. When's that out?
27th of July.
Nice. Just everything, is it? Out on everything?
Everything apart from Nintendo Switch.
That's fair enough. That doesn't. It never surprises me when stuff just doesn't come out on Switch, like especially new games. Yeah,
but it's different than it not coming out on Xbox, isn't it? Because it's like it's harder to port something to Switch because you have to limit the game quite a bit to make it run at a reasonable frame rate. And stuff.
Exactly. And if there's one thing we know about Telltale games is they don't run very well. Certainly, like some of the later ones.
Yeah, but that's what I'm really hoping. This is a massive change from that. I want this to just be really slick, really smooth.
Right. That's our little preview for July then. So not a big month for AAA releases, but some good indies coming out, and then some other interesting games. So Reflex Selects this week is a game called Gylt with a Y.
Gylt.
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 Gylt. I think I'm gonna go with Gylt.
It wasn't a jilting.
But it's coming out on Thursday, the 6th of July, and it's out on everything. It's developed by a company called Tequila Works, and they've actually done a few games before. They did a game called Wonder Worlds. Rime, do you remember Rime?
I remember Rime.
Yeah. And they did Deadlight as well. That
I know that.
That like post-apocalyptic zombie game.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they've done quite a few games. Weirdly, because we spoke about this last week's episode about
this
Stadia.
is going to be my little fact nugget.
Yeah. So this was originally released
Yeah.
in 2019 on Stadia as an exclusive.
Yeah.
But is now coming to everything else after like 4 years, which is quite funny, isn't it? Because we spoke about Stadia in the last episode, because obviously that has been canned.
Yeah. So, I mean, I haven't looked into it. Do you reckon it's taken 4 years to get this out on everything because it's taken them that long to sort of create and finish all the ports? Or do you reckon there was a time limit in the contract, and even though Stadia got canned, they still weren't allowed to release it on anything else for a X amount of time?
Maybe, yeah. I would think probably the latter. I would say,
which is mad. Surely they'll just rip that contract up when Stadia goes under.
Ironically, it when did Stadia close? In January.
Yeah, it's not that long ago, is it?
It's only 6 months ago.
Yeah,
and they would have known anyway. Probably they would have forecast its closure anyway the year before. So they might have said, any games that are exclusive to Stadia are now.
I don't know if they did.
Really.
I don't know how much prep there was or knowledge there was of Stadia going to close within the industry before it closed. I think it came as a bit of a surprise to a lot of people.
Right. Okay.
When it happened.
Okay. Well, yeah, maybe. Well, I probably am wrong, but I guess I don't know. 6 months. If they close in July, is that long enough to say, look,
Yeah.
Is this long enough to then port your game? Is it good to go on all other platforms?
Yeah, because they probably had like an expectation to do that at a certain point after the exclusivity deal would have ended with Stadia. But then probably this just probably accelerated that. Yeah, that's true. If it was that,
yeah. But it looks quite cool actually. It's quite an interesting looking game. It's kind of like a whimsical adventure game, like in the same vein as some of the old Rareware games, like Banjo-Kazooie, that sort of thing. It weirdly gives me Concrete Genie vibes as well.
That's interesting. It gave me Little Nightmares vibes.
Yeah, I nearly put that, but then it kind of went not as heavy when I was watching the trailer. But yeah, it's definitely that dreamy, sort of whimsical, bit Alice in Wonderland-y sort of vibe. But you're basically like looking for your cousin in it. And it's just like an action adventure sort of platformer puzzler sort of game. But yeah, it looks really cool, looks really atmospheric. And that is out on everything on Thursday the 6th of July, and it's called Gylt with a Y.
Very nice.
Right, what have you got coming out on the channel this week?
What have I got coming out on the channel? I actually don't know. I haven't got that far ahead. I have a list of. Yeah, I actually have to decide what I'm going to put out next weekend now at this very moment.
Oh, mate, so this is an exclusive.
This is an exclusive
look.
Yeah. So I think what it's going to be is the third and final part of the Redfall trilogy that we'll be releasing, and this one is titled "This Game Needed More Time in the Oven."
Yeah.
This is the crescendo of us slowly getting tired of playing the game because of the bug, stuff like that, and it all sort of hits home in this one.
Yeah. I remember.
It's to be honest quite funny. I think it's the best episode. Not the best episode to play, but probably the best one to watch.
But we do it for the people, don't we, mate? We take these sacrifices
Always.
and we do it for the people.
Don't do anything for me.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, yeah, we've spoken about it a few times. It's a shame, but the videos, if you've not played it or seen anything on it, just watch those 3 videos when they're all out, and you'll sort of get a sense of what it was like playing it. Basically, the first weekend that it came out, when it was the first week it came out, I think. Sad.
Yeah, I've had some quite funny comments on the videos, to be honest.
Yeah.
Polarizing as well, because we had one on the last Redfall video that just said, "I have no idea why this was recommended to me, but I think I might buy this game now," which I found quite surprising.
That is surprising.
Must be the ladder action.
Yeah, it's got to be the ladders, because the ladders are smooth as butter, mate.
Followed by a comment the following day that said, "Betty, the cat's just out the worst AAA game of all time."
Wow. Wow. That's some comment, isn't it? The worst AAA game of all time. Oh my god. I don't know if it is. I don't know if it
Polarizing
is.
views there.
Yeah, I was going to say. I mean, I actually can't get over that comment. That's brutal. The little reference and everything.
You know the person who wrote that.
Oh, it's so good. Okay, and that's out on Loot the Truth next week.
Yeah, on the week. Well, the weekend this podcast comes out.
Yeah. Well, they won't hear it till then anyway.
Yeah, but it's not next week then, is it?
Oh, I don't know. Wait, do you not put them out? Do you not put these out the weekend that the podcast goes out?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
So it's not next weekend then.
Yeah. Sorry. It's my fault. Anyway.
That's how time works.
That's going on the cutting room floor, that bit. I ain't making it. Right, I think that'll do us then. Nice one. Thanks ever so much for listening. Thanks again, Con, for joining, as always.
I was trying to think of a goodbye. No, thanks for having me, mate. Absolute pleasure.
Oh, mate. You need to get them written down.
I don't know. They're more fun when I think of them on the spot. They're funnier.
If you've got them written down, then you can just pick one at random and just be like, oh, I'm going to go with that one.
No.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go for a normal one today.
Right. Cool. Right. Nice one, everyone. We'll see you in episode 18.
All the best.
What the is that?
What have you done?
Sorry, mate. I thought I had a spider on my leg.
What was it?
I don't know. It was a
You
mosquito or something.
You freaked the out.
Sorry, I felt something on my leg. I got shorts on. I felt something on my leg, and I looked down. There was like a little thing. I think it was a mosquito.